So Giovanni, you've built a strong network and community within the medtech world. What key trends or shifts are you seeing across the industry right now?
Conferences like these here in Georgia are happening. So conferences, we're a conference industry. They're getting much more intimate and much more purposeful and approachable. So raising money and capital is hard right now. Having intimate experiences like this is absolutely fascinating here in Georgia with a purpose. And we're doing that here in Houston as well. So you're seeing a lot more of these smaller intimate gatherings becoming much more appropriate for partnering rather than some of these larger conferences. That's one trend. Another one, the industry itself, since the capital raising has been challenging over the past few years, we're seeing much more drag out time. And what does that mean? An emphasis on commercialization, which has been fairly unique for our industry, where we saw acquisitions happen a lot earlier. They're happening much later, requiring much more capital. And that talent is then being able to force itself to actually have to be a commercial company and a commercial focus with the experiences that are needed for the teams. So much more business focus, much more commercial focus, and longer timelines with larger capital is actually what we're experiencing right now as a huge industry trend.
On the topic of conferences, you mentioned your Lifeblood events, which I understand just happened in Houston a couple weeks ago. How does the atmosphere here in Georgia compare, and what do you think events like these bring to the medtech community?
Well, the atmosphere in Georgia is very different than it would be in Houston for sure. The fact that you can come here and witness something very interesting, curious, intriguing. This is my first time in Georgia and it's absolutely fascinating. The history, the cultural experiences, the wine, the food, and the fact that you guys have been able to bring this awesome event together, exposing both the industry's piece to it in addition to the cultural piece, makes it wonderful. We're trying to do the exact same thing over in Houston, where we're doing the Oktoberfest in a big beer hall, bring people to Houston to show them what we have in the Med Center, which is the largest medical center in the world. And we're also doing that in our March event in Rodeo, which is very, very Texas. So what you guys are doing in Georgia, bringing people here with a focus of opening up the doors to first-in-human trials and then culturally exposing them, in addition to what we're doing over in Houston, exposing them to a largest medical center, there's a huge synergy there and a lot of similarity.
You work closely and support founders and leadership teams across the medtech space. What do you think distinguishes the teams that successfully move from early feasibility to commercial success?
The easier answer there is teams who have done it before. And those teams who haven't done it before, it takes capital and a lot of agility to be able to listen and hire the right people who have been there and done that before. Medical devices are difficult. There's a lot of regulation that's involved, there's a lot of time that's involved, there's a lot of capital commitment that's involved. And learning on the dime is very challenging. So a lot of the times that you see are either blended up and coming people who are mixed with very experienced people, or the really fast companies are those who have been there and done that before. Being able to recruit a talented team takes really good leadership, really good capital, and then also to raise that capital, you have to be a very presentable, business-focused, ROI-driven company. So I would say experience and a business-focused / commercial-focused mentality enables good teams to be built, ultimately getting them through the R&D, clinical, and then into commercial phase.